YouTube boys, welcome back to another video, and if you are new here, we are going to be doing another random build today. So if you don't know how these work, pretty much in Forza Horizon 4 there are thousands of people putting up their cars that they no longer want anymore in an auction house for us to buy, which is great news for me because then I get to look through those thousands of cars and get a random one, do a build on it, and then rate it at the end of the video after I show it off a little bit, kind of walk you guys through my process. So today we're going to do it a little different. So I'm going to go to the auction house and we'll find our car. But before I tune it up, we're actually going to take it to the Juggernaut drag strip to see how it performs first. And then after that, we're going to take it back to the auction house here. We're going to tune it up, put all its upgrades on, and then we're going to bring it back and see how it performs after. We're going to compare them, and I'm going to give my honest thoughts on the car. So without further ado, I'll meet you guys when we're in the auction house. I'm excited. Okay, so essentially when I click confirm here, the first vehicle that pops up is what we are going to be testing out today. We got a not so great Porsche yesterday. It had good horsepower, and oftentimes these cars do have good horsepower. They just don't handle very great. But fingers crossed, maybe we'll get a supercar or something. So anyways, I'm going to stop wasting time. Drum roll. The car today is the Ferrari FXXK. People ask me to do this car all the time on stream. I stream on TikTok and Twitch. But anyways, people ask me to do this car a lot, and I've actually never tuned it before. So what we're going to do is I'm going to clear the tune off of it, and then I'll meet you guys at the Juggernaut drag strip. We'll see how it performs just stock, and then we're going to bring it back here, put the upgrades on, and I'll explain everything. And we'll take it back and we'll try it out again. So I will see you guys at the drag strip. Okay, so this car didn't actually have a ton of engine upgrades or parts upgrades, which I'm not surprised by. Lots of these supercars and hypercars have just the general race tuning that you can do for the engine, and then you can kind of change the suspension. They don't even have that many tire customizations, but the biggest thing that we did is we switched this car from a rear-wheel drive to an all-wheel drive. I wasn't able to do my drift at the beginning of the last race because it was a rear-wheel drive. I tried a few times and it would just spin out. So that's going to allow us to do that little drift. I'm not excellent at drifting in rear-wheel drive. And also, this fine-tuning is where we're going to get a lot of speed. We kind of topped out in 6th gear when we were racing before. And the reason for that is our final drive would not have been stretched out far enough. So we also had 7 gears with our previous tune, which was a little bit odd, but upgrading the engine has now taken that, and we've now got 6 gears. But I want to see if making a 5th gear tune will allow us for a bit of a higher top speed. And it is. It's going to give us a 220, so we're going to leave it in 5 gears. Actually, what I want to do is I want to push it a little bit further and see if that top speed continues to rise. And it does. So we could do a 4-gear tune right around here. I wonder if we pushed it here, if that... Okay, so we have a sweet spot right around here for 221-ish miles per hour. We're going to drop our rear suspension, see if this gives us any speed, and it does, an extra half a mile per hour. And obviously we're going to gear towards speed. I didn't get a choice between putting on a spoiler or a front wing, so we're just stuck with those on, and about 225 miles per hour is looking like what we're going to be stuck with, which isn't phenomenal. This is in fact on the lower end of speed that we've had for lots of our videos, but at the very end I'll probably display it over like an actual circuit race where it will likely perform better than most of our cars have in the past. Anyways, I'm going to take this back to the Juggernaut now. I'm going to do the race, and then I'll probably do a bit of cruising. We'll see how it's changed. I'll rate it out of 10. I'll talk about what's better on it over some gameplay at the end. So anyways, if you're still listening to this point in the video, comment your favorite thing to get from McDonald's. That's our hidden word, quote unquote. Yeah, whatever it is. Anyways, boys, thank you so much. Turn on those bell notifications. We are so close to getting to our goal. Yeah, honestly, only a few % away. Anyways, I love you all so much. Comment, like, and I'll catch up with you guys at the end. See you then. Peace. Alright, it's time for my honest thoughts on this car, and I was surprised, but in a different way. When we first raced this car, it did top out at about 202 miles per hour, which I thought seemed pretty low, but then there were no upgrades on it, so I figured, well, cars start low, and that's why we make them go a bit faster. So we put all the upgrades on, and there weren't a lot of engine upgrades, but that's not surprising. Lots of these supercars don't. But then we got into the tuning and we weren't really able to push the top speed up very high, which is a little disappointing because this was such a cool car and I really had wished that it could have at least broken the 250 mile per hour mark. But instead, where we got stuck was around 225 miles per hour, which is still very quick. I just wish it had been a little quicker. That being said, this car handles phenomenally. You can see at the end here just how I'm taking these corners. I get into the city a little bit. It just hugs the turns, and it's very, very enjoyable to drive. It's just not a drag beast. So lots of what we do on this channel is obviously making drag racing cars, and seeing as this didn't really perform in that area, it was also very weird. It was a 4-gear tune was what made it go fastest, which I don't love. I like to have the range of about 5 or 6. But it cut us down into 4. So that being said, it's a very good race car, and I think you could gear it towards acceleration and have a really good time on a circuit race with this. But for our purposes of speed racing and drag racing, I'm going to give it just a 6.5 out of 10. It would be an excellent race car, but drag racing, not so much. Anyways, if you made it to the end, let me know if you watched the whole video. I'll give you a heart in the comment section. Leave a like, comment what we should do next, and boys, we'll see you in the next one. Stay sexy. Peace.